Well, I'm back here at the park where I did a little 30-minute hunt with the Simplex. I'm going to give it another shot this morning, see if I can identify the bottle caps a little, the twist-off caps a little better. I think I got the technique down. I guess time will tell. Alright, see you on the next. Okay, here's a target here. Let's see if the theory holds true. Let's see here. Here's the... We got a 14, 15, 16. Pretty jumpy, but the sound is good. So now, that's with the coil straight over it. Now let's back the coil off some. Hear that? When you hitting it with the toe, got that grunt. Okay, let's dig it and see what it is. I'm going to shut this off because I'll let you know what it is when I get it out of the ground. Well, it's out of the ground. And let's see what we got. Pinpointer on. And no, I didn't bring any sticky dots with me. I did bring a cotton balls, but no sticky dots in. So I guess, let me shut this off. That holds pretty true, because that's definitely a bottle cap, and it sounds good. Which, I hate to not dig the low VDI numbers, because it could be gold, but when you hit it with the toe, it definitely pops that metal, that grunt. So I'm assuming with this type of coil and this machine, you're going to have to go over the top, back off, and either hit it with the side of the coil or the toe. So that's one instance. I'm gonna do more than one. This one's been in there so long it's just about falling apart. I'll do several of these to make sure I'm on the right track with the bottle cap identification and or exclusion. Okay. This one here, 66, 67. The VDI is jumping around a little bit, but over the top of it and off the tip sounds pretty much the same. I'm going to go ahead and dig that. I'm assuming that's going to be a pull tab, and I don't think it's a coin. Let me shut this off and I'll turn you back on when I figure out what I got. Okay, I've got it out of the hole. It's still 66, 65, 68. Pretty consistent. When you pull the toe back, it doesn't have the grunt. It gets a lower audible, but the numbers are still pretty much the same. So I'm thinking it's a pull tab because it's not giving that iron grunt like a bottle cap. But let's see who's right. Well, I dropped it. See there? I was wrong. It's a penny. So that proves that, you know, it wasn't a bottle cap, but I misguessed it. Let me pull this up and see what it is. It's a 99, so it's just a modern penny, but hey, learning the simplex, that's a good thing, I guess. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if it'll, yeah. There's two roots, one on the right and one in the middle. This was pretty good ways down, maybe 7-8 inches, and 51, basically 50-51, maybe hitting 55s, but it was steady. Turned out to be a piece of a aluminum can slaw. Actually, it's part of a Spam container, which is pretty thick. So anyway, can't blame the machine on that ID. Okay, this one here, which is a regular beaver tail pull tab or pull ring, was 2730. Good repeatable signal, consistent VDI numbers, and that's what it was. No iron grunt. Okay, here's another in the 60s. 66, 67. But this time you can hear the grunt, so I'm assuming we got a bottle cap here. Right over it, great. Back off, tow it. You can hear the iron. Let me shut this off and I'll dig that. And okay, it's out of the hole. And yes, it was correct ID. Bottle cap, old rusty bottle cap. So that is definitely the way to test out your signal before you dig it. And I'm thinking if it doesn't give you the iron grunt, go ahead and dig it. If you do, might be one of those you want to pass up. This park is extremely trashy, which is a good reason to come back here with a new detector, see how it performs, just what we're digging. But there you go, another bottle cap, ID'd in the 60s, and then it had that, oops, excuse me, had that grunt when you tow it. Well, here's another mid 50s, 55, 56, repeatable, no iron grunt, and it's just a aluminum pull tab. Well, this was a high pitch 16. It's only one bar, so it's right on top. I just raked the leaves off, and I can tell you right now, that ain't going in my pouch. Lifestyle, natural, latex free. No, sir. I'm gonna pop a hole and bury that. I'd scoop it up with my shovel if there was a can close by, but there isn't. Okay, here's two signals pretty close to each other. This is the highest signal I've seen this morning. 79, 78, 79. When you come off the toe, doesn't really give that iron grunt. I'm definitely going to dig that. It's close anyway. Might be 3 signals here. Might be another one in the back. 68, 70, 71. Doesn't really grunt. I'm gonna dig both of these and let's see what they are. I'll turn you on as soon as I'm done. The hole on the left was a clad dime, and the hole on the right was a shield penny. There they are. And you know, they seem to be real diggable signals because they didn't have that grunt to them. This looks like somebody's been backing up here to the fence, and there's right there is a little walk-through gate. You just pull that. Let me see if this. I'm gonna try the tello. Hey, I haven't tried that yet. Pull that wire off, and just that gate post just leans back. I guess they've been going in here hunting, which is that's Swift Mud's land, which is Southwest Water Management District, and I'm sure they don't want them in there, but you know, whatever. And right here, while I got it on, are two surface finds, mason jugs, but they're not real old or anything, so no telling what was in them, so I ain't touching them either. Well, I checked these holes just to make sure there wasn't anything else in them, and then scanning around, look at here. I got that 66, 67, and look at right on top here. See if I can keep from stepping in that hole. Was another coin, and it's just a regular penny, but hey, I'm going to qualify this as a coin spill. Probably whoever's been parking here, I'm assuming that when they got out to grab their keys, they probably drug some change out. That's the most likely scenario. So anyway, but this is native Central Florida land. You got cabbage palms, palmettos, big old grandfather oaks, you name it. There's a cabbage palm right there, big old tall one. And then as you go down, there's I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it goes down there. Let me tell a photo on that. Goes that into a bottom little swampy area. Well, that's where Mr. Snake likes to hang out. And buddy, it's warm enough for them to be out. All right, well, we're learning more and more about this Simplex. And I mean, it's, you know, I'm not expecting this machine to be like a, you know, a $800,000, $1,500 machine. But I'm telling you what, there's a learning curve to everything. And the learning curve on this is like, it doesn't seem to be that bad. I'm having to take a cheat sheet with me for the Amphibio. There's just so much you can do with it, which is a good thing, but it's definitely for an experienced metal detectorist or someone, you know, that's going to take the time. They're not just going to turn it on and go. I mean, yes, you can do that, but you're going to miss a lot of opportunities that the Amphibio offers. Anyway, that's me. I wouldn't be afraid to buy this machine. You know, if I was wanting to get into metal detecting or wanting to upgrade from some older detectors, you know, old technology, so to speak, I would definitely look at this. It's waterproof. It works good. You can actually, you don't have to, like, I've got a Sea Hunter Mark II that I love in the saltwater when I'm actually, you know, wading or, you know, in the water deep. But this thing, I wouldn't have a problem with closing this thing up and using it as an underwater detector. And my Sea Hunter Mark II, I have to, you know, whatever coil I'm using, I have to put on the little old stubby shaft and, you know, and use it, which I use the the pouch for the detector head, but still, you just slide this one closed, jump in the water, and go detecting. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. You go, girl. You're a good girl, and I want to keep calling you Amphibio Simplex. Well, I can't get out of this area. I just filled in these 2 holes and picked that penny up. And swung again, just past it about a foot. And here's another dime, just a clad dime, but it's definitely a pocket spill here. I'm gonna keep checking around this area. I'll turn it on. You know, it's a repeatable. It doesn't grunt. When you come off, it makes a little bit different signal. You know, when you go to the toe, but it doesn't have that grunt like, you know, you're gonna be digging something iron, and the VDI numbers don't really change very much. So that's what I'm learning about this thing. Well, I'm not sure if this guy was drunk or just generous. Here's another signal, which another one right there. These should be pennies if I'm learning this machine correct. Let me dig these up and see what they are. Hello, committee boat. We've got a multiple coin spill right here, right now. All right. Out of the hole, the one on the left there was another clad dime. The one on the right was another penny. Just a regular old. No, that's another shield penny. I know, I'm planting shield pennies now. I doubt it. I'm going to plant something. It's going to be a $20 gold piece. Alright. I think that's about it. I scanned around here pretty good. I'm going to go over and, well, I'm going to do it right now. Let me figure out what the heck this is. That's where these jars are, that's a gopher turtle hole. And don't let anybody ever tell you that, let me get on there, a rattlesnake will not be in the same hole as a gopher turtle. They'll be coiled up right next to them. I guarantee you that. Alright. So, no telling what those jars are. I don't have a clue what's going on with that. But we ain't touching them. Alright. Let's see. Let's count the mistakes I've made the last 2 hunts so far. Forgot to turn on the pinpointer. Couldn't figure out why I couldn't find it. Just filled in these 2 holes without rechecking. And now look at here. That looks like that's probably another penny or a dime right there. Let's see if I was lucky enough for it to be on the high side or up top here where I filled it in. Actually, it was right next to it. I believe. Is that it? Huh. There it is. Penny, but there's more still. Duh. And it's in my hand. Ugh. So there was actually 2 more coins in there. And they're both, one's a regular memorial and that's another shield. Huh. Well, I'll just drop it on the ground. Here we go. I still got it. Ah. Well, what are we up to here? That's a good little spill. Let me turn the pin pointer off. Hog rider, did I do that right? I could hear him yelling on that last video all the way from the frozen north saying, turn the pin pointer on. Let's get the machine here and just check it. That's another signal, but that's not a coin. Well, yes it is too. What is that? Boy, they're all over in here. But they're not in the holes I dug here. But they're just ahead of them. Let's clear this off. That is in the hole or right next to it. Another one right here. Huh. Dang, Samson. Swing and a miss. First name, duh. Last name, Let me get these things out of the hole and we'll figure out what we got here. How many are left? Okay, here's the next wad. These I was able just to scrape the leaves back and nudge them up out of the dirt with my pin pointer. Looks like another shield, 2 shield pennies maybe. Yeah, and that's another shield penny. Must have went to the bank. And there's my first nickel. Cool. I can't believe somebody's spilling that many coins. I wonder if this is where the Lover's Lane people parked. And I ain't so sure he didn't pull his britches off. And so I think I got all of them that far. So I've worked, it's about 2 foot, 3 foot wide maybe, from there to there. And right in front of that palm tree in that bare spot, I just raked the dirt off. There's another signal there. So I think a boy emptied his pocket. So it's right 67. See, when there's another one right next to it. See it double bumping, 68, 69. Oh, Jesus. Excuse my friend. Sorry, Lord. There's 2 coins, one here and one here. One here and one here, excuse me. I'm still getting used to this camera. I'm not used to the lens not being in the middle, centered, and it's up to the left and on top. There's one there. There's one there. Thought there was another one. Well, let me dig these, and then we'll go from there. Here's one right on top that I didn't see. So let's get that one up. What is it? You got another dang shield penny. Somebody must have cracked a roll of those somewhere. Let me pull this back. The pinpointer back. Yeah, this is a... Can't believe that's it. I could have sworn there's more than that there. See, those are low VDIs. 17, 16. Now, I don't know if it's something next to a coin or... Almost sounds like there's a coin here. Something else past it. Let me check this out. That's kind of interesting. The number's just too low. I'll get my pinpointer out here real quick, and if it's on top, I'll ID it. If not, I'm not going to dig that. That's just like way low, 16, 17. It's that sounds good, but the VDI numbers are low. I'm thinking it's a pull tab. This machine is stable, but this is a pulse detector. I wish they still made them. Well, maybe I will dig it. Wait a minute. Nope. Okay. Let me see what it is. Maybe the guy was not only at Lover's Lane, but he was a philanthropist. I think that's how you say it. A cheater. And threw his wedding ring down right there. Let's check it out. Okay, it's out of the hole. Let's see what we got. And there it is. There it is. I think. Yes, sir. It's a little piece. It's a little piece of aluminum trash, you know, can slaw. So that proves that part. Sounded good because it was aluminum, but the numbers were low because it, you know, wasn't dense or wasn't in coin anyway. Okay. Here's another example of good VDI numbers and a nice sound. But when you tow it, come off the center. It's bouncy. It's bouncing anywhere from the 20s to the 60s. Now watch when you hear it. There's at least 1 or 2 bottle caps in here. Let's just check it the other way. Oh yeah. Now that one passed it. I think we're coming up into the iron right here. Let's dig. It's pretty bouncy. Let me go around here again. Check this other one. Yeah, they're both bottle caps. I'm not digging those. This here was a 77, 78. Pretty consistent. Nice tone. And it wasn't that far down. soon as it's out of the hole. And it's right here by all these oak trees. So this place, there was an old homestead up here at the front of this park property. There it is. Okay. Just a penny, but it's true. So, once you learn what the machine's telling you, it's a memorial, I believe. Trying to see the back of it. It'd be great if you could find an old Wheatie or something in here. There, that's the front. Yeah, it's just an old copper. It's green, so I'm sure it's an old copper memorial. Here's something that you might be interested in. This is called a permethrin, and you don't spray it on you. You spray it on the on your clothes, and it's the only thing I've found that that is really good with ticks. I'm going out tomorrow on a land hunt in the woods because it's going to be cold here tomorrow. It's going to be in the 30s. What you do is you spray it on there. Like I said, I'm doing it the day before, and then you let it dry. And you can use these without retreating. Like if you wear them one day and they're still, you know, not mudded up or whatever, if you can use them again, just put them up, roll them up, put them in a garbage bag or something similar, you know, and it'll hold the poison or whatever you want to call it, repellent. So anyway, but this helps immensely with ticks, and you just mist them down and then let them air dry. It's great stuff. It's this in this case, and I'm not promoting Sire, but this is just what I got. I got it on Amazon, and it says right here, treats 8 garments, do not apply to skin, apply to fabric only. It'll treat a lot more than 8. I'll come back out here and hit this again real light. I don't like to just soak them down, but 2 coatings like I just did is more than enough. And ticks jump on, ticks jump off. And I'm wearing a sweaty hoodie. Sweaty. Don't ever get old. I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm going to treat it too. Well, it's still a little windy. I'm going to do the wrap up there of that park hunt. That stuff over there was just, I found it in the pocket of this hoodie from a beach hunt that I did. That was the star of the show on that one. It was just a little old squished earring back. Anyway, this is with the Simplex, and you saw pretty much all this on video. There was one of these bottle caps that was, I dug 3 that were right on top of each other. I don't think I got that on video, but they sounded pretty good. It was, I guess there were just so many, I don't know. They sounded better. And, you know, a lot of this stuff, you're not going to be able to not dig it because pull rings and pull tabs, beaver tails, that wad of aluminum right there sounded really good. Anyway, surface fine. Somebody lost their bicycle reflector. Anyway, this was, I think all but 1 or 2 coins was on that one coin spill. So it was like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Say 10, 13 or 14 coin spill, I guess. I don't know. It was over 10 anyway. And mostly pennies, and they're all modern. There are a few coppers in there, but they're not, no wheats or anything. 3 modern dimes and a nickel. And the Simplex, yeah. You can basically turn the thing on, ground balance it, and just go detect. Now it comes up, I think, about 80% on the sensitivity, and I kicked mine all the way up. as shallow as everything was. I didn't, but it was running smooth. The only time it chattered was when I turned on this this pinpointer, but that's common, that's normal. And it was pretty spot on identifying, the bottle caps. What I'm not used to doing, I'm used to having more tone breaks. I mean, it does give a real high pitch, on the better signals, or a higher pitch on the better signals, but I'm used to listening and then looking at the numbers, and you pretty much need to be looking at the numbers and you need to be listening. Like low numbers, good tone, it's probably junk. And then if you come back off the toe, like I was showing you on these, it's definitely, it'll tell you that it's there's some iron in there. That's pretty good on the bottle caps, I'll have to admit. Good machine. I would not hesitate to go out and buy one if I was, like I say, moving up from a older technology machine or wanting to get into it and didn't want to pop out, $800, $1,000, $1,500 for a machine, not knowing whether you're going to even like it. A lot of people pick one up, use it once, and goes on eBay. All right, that was it. That was the wrap up.